from Lyford, Texas on a Tuesday night as we've got volleyball action, non-district game between the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats and the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. We got about 5.5 minutes before the opening serve. Both teams have been out for a while. JV action concluded on time, and we are set for the opening serve, which is scheduled to take place right on the money at 7 o'clock. Our thanks again to the Lyford School District for assisting us in our broadcast and giving us a vantage point from which to watch this game and bring it live to you, the fans, back home. Here at Lyford, they are warming up. We'll get set for the opening serve after this. This is live coverage coming your way on RealSportsLive.com. First Saturday of each month on Jackson Street, and Art Night the last Friday of the month. It's the Harlingen Downtown District, and the invitation is for you. Shop Downtown Harlingen today.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
A-Plus Uniforms has just what you need for a professional look with quality and a personal touch that will take care of what you need. A uniform is a tool of many professionals, and at A-Plus they have the variety of choices to set you in motion today. All at an affordable cost and a convenience of a local business. 109 North 3rd Street is A-Plus Uniforms when you shop downtown Harlingen. Back here on RealSportsLive.com, warm-ups continue. Lyford Lady Bulldogs are out taking warm-ups. We are getting set for this volleyball action between Lyford and Rio Hondo. Our broadcast coming your way, and as you take a look at some of the advertisers that are on place, we do appreciate each and every one of them who are continuing to join in on the broadcast schedule that we have put in place. And what kind of schedule do we have in place? Well, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about some of the things coming up on next Thursday. Already as high school football will bear down on us. We're going to be scheduled to be at 5 different stadiums on Thursday. We'll follow that up with 10 stadiums minimum on Friday, and then we'll hit 2 additional stadiums on Saturday to get week 1 of the high school football season underway. Tonight, it's all about volleyball. Lyford will take their final warm-ups. They'll be doing the pregame serving. And then we'll have these two teams make their way to the sidelines. I'll have the introduction of the starting lineups, and we'll get you set for the opening serve. By the way, our first broadcast of a football game live video will come next Thursday. We'll be at Edinburgh when Laredo United visits Edinburgh Vela. We also have games coming: McCallum Memorial at Brownsville Hanna, Rio Hondo at Juarez Lincoln, Wessico at McAllen Rowe, Economedias at PSJA Southwest. That's all on our week 1, day 1 coverage next Thursday of high school football. Here tonight, it's volleyball. We'll be back after this. This is RealSportsLive.com.
Satisfaction in me. A little more fight, a little less fun. A little less fight, a little more fun. Close your mouth and open up your heart, and baby, satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby.
Life is good when you're in a custom home built by Camino Real Builders. Luxury living done right. Beautiful, spacious floor plans and unique touches you won't find anywhere else. Visit our website to see our model homes or bring your own ideas. Let us build your dream home.
Head to downtown Harlingen for great food, shopping, fitness, and fun. Welcome to Coletti's. Take a break for a quick lunch with handmade burgers, pastas, salads, sandwiches, and pizza. After a long day, have dinner with us where we have over 20 new menu items. Join us for Margarita Fridays and live music Fridays and Saturdays on the patio. Make any day memorable at Coletti's. Visit colettis.net. Downtown Harlingen. It's where you belong.
Flowers by Jessie on 208 East Jackson in Harlingen has fresh flowers daily and can range for you for any occasion. Recitals, quinceañeras, bridal showers, sympathy, and fresh flower arrangements. Let Flowers by Jessie handle those special needs or day. Call 956-425-2100. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. Brighten someone's day with Flowers by Jessie, downtown Harlingen, Texas.
Frank's Collection Record Shop has a collection of vinyl records that rivals anyone, anywhere. Located in the back of the Antique Emporium on 123rd East Jackson Street, Frank's Record Shop has been delivering the best sounds from any age or style throughout the years. Records, coins, and more. It's Frank's Record Shop when you shop downtown Harlingen. There's nothing more personal than a homemade quilt, and at GOB Quilts on 102 South 3rd Street in Harlingen, they have everything for a quilter's dreams. Fabrics, tools, threads, and everything else needed for the smallest quilts to the most elaborate imagined. GOB Quilts is a unique source, and it's well worth a stop as you shop downtown Harlingen.
At the age of 22, I decided that I wanted to join the military. Once that was finished, I wanted to go and, exercise my mind and get an education.
I wanted to do something positive for my children, to provide for them financially, and I wanted to give back to the community.
My parents were here going to school back when I was a kid, so honestly, it was just a natural choice.
I don't have to leave to a bigger university. I can do it here in my hometown at my community college.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? We're having a commercial without me? Come to the Restore and save some money.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
Back here on RioSportsLive.com, we are set to go. The opening serve. Lyford will be on the right side as we're sitting here on the visitor side of the gym. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rio Hondo in the gold uniforms with the black trim. We're set to go with the opening serve. Lyford will be serving it up, and away we go. First serve of game one, best of three. Rio Hondo to return this, set it up to Taylor Gomez, puts it over, played by Lyford. They'll pass it to the back row, hit over by Sarah Martinez. Rio Hondo back on the attack, off the net, that's spiked over, played by Lyford to the back row, punch forward, they'll get it over. Rio Hondo a good chance here with a good set. High set in the middle, tipped over the block, played by Lyford. Lady Bulldogs looking for the first point of the game. Back row set, that's a kill to the back row. Played by Rio Hondo, ball still alive. Lady Bobcats punch that deep over the back line. Lyford gets the point, they're up 1-0. Lady Bulldogs jump out to the 1-0 lead. Serving is Sarah Martinez. Set to go with the next one. That's a serve in the net, ties us up. Our coverage of volleyball continues this week. On Friday and Saturday, we are looking at the Sherryland tournament. I know Saturday we'll be there for the duration of the final day of that tournament. Amber Gonzalez serves as away for the Rio Hondo Lady Bobcats. Back set on the back row, Martinez puts that on the back row, and Rio Hondo there to cover it. Put over by Aria Sauceda, and that's going to be a point for Rio Hondo. Sauceda found the right spot. Put it in for the point. Rio Hondo up 2-1 here in game one. Gonzalez serves again. A deep serve played by the Lady Bulldogs. That's hit over. And that's going to be a point for Lyford, Jericho Rojas. 2-2 game. Good crowd was filing in here. We were in here earlier working with the IT department. They assisted us there. And now away we go. Rio Hondo puts that ball over. Lyford Lady Bulldogs off the net. Tip that off the block, and that's a point. Nice play by Kayleen May. And Lyford takes the lead. Substitution in the game for Rio Hondo. Kelsey Pizarro checks in the game. Meanwhile, the Lady Bulldogs having a conversation with the official. And now they'll go back into a huddle after getting the instructions or the clarification from the official at the net. Service time, here's Cassie Frias. Frias puts it across down the line, played by Rio Hondo. Off the back row, they'll get it over. Lady Bulldogs, good opportunity here. Pass forward, now a back set. Frias puts that over the net. Rio Hondo there on the attack. Ball up near the net, put over. Lyford back on the attack. Back set, again the attack. This is a big swing, played by Rio Hondo. Nice dig on that back row. Attack again by Lyford. Lady Bulldogs there to cover that, set it up, and that's Cassie Villarreal. Put up by Lyford. Off the net, Rojas puts it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Big swing, off the block, point, Eliana Figueroa. Or check that, Taylor Gomez. Gomez ties us up at 3 apiece. Back to the service line. Savannah Gonzalez will serve for Rio Hondo. Deep serve, and that's an ace. 4-3 game, Rio Hondo back on top. Another serve coming up for Savannah Gonzalez. That's a deep serve, back right corner. Played by the Lady Bulldogs, back set. To the back row it goes. Punched up in the air by the libero, Julie Del Bosque. That's off the side. Down the line it goes, out of bounds. Point to Lyford, ties us up at 4. Savannah Gonzalez looking down the line that time on that hit from the back row. Lyford on the serve. Right down the middle. Played by the Lady Bobcats of Rio Hondo. Punched over on the second hit. Played by Lyford. Lady Bulldogs off the back row set. Out of bounds it goes. Point Rio Hondo. 5-4 game. Rio Hondo serves it up. From the back row, played by the Lady Bulldogs. Over it comes. Lady Bobcats on the attack. That's going to be Villarreal. Here comes Lyford on the attack from the middle of the row. That's Haley Rodriguez, puts it over. Lyford, cross set to Kelsey Pizarro, puts it over. Nice dig by Rojas. Ball back on the Rio Hondo side. Lady Bobcats on the attack again. Spike across by Pizarro, and that's in for the point. Kelsey Pizarro with the kill. Lyford up 6-4 here in game 1. Serve across by Gomez. Another good serve. Lyford there. They can't return a serve. That's a point. Rio Hondo up 3. Taylor Gomez back to serve. Deep serve, and that's out of bounds. Too much pace on that. She was hoping to catch the back row off guard. Nothing doing. And that's an ace for the Lady Bulldogs. Another serve by Lyford. That's a good serve, played by Rio Hondo. Tip for the back corner, played nicely by Carla Medina. Over on the Rio Hondo side. Good pick up there by Taylor Gomez. Ball back on the Lyford side. Lady Bulldogs looking for the attack. Off the net, in the net it goes. Point Rio Hondo. Rio Hondo with a 2-point lead. Checking in the game, back to the service line, Hillary Aguilar. Aguilar puts it in play, a deep serve, that's out of bounds. So Rio Hondo continues to try to attack, looking for those back row off the serve. Nothing doing. Lyford will serve, looking for the tie. Lady Bobcats from the back row will push it over. Played by the Lady Bulldogs. Eased over by Sarah Martinez. Lady Bulldogs on the attack from the middle of the net. In the net it goes, we're tied. 8 apiece. Another serve by Eliana Figueroa. That is an ace. Nearly, it is. That's an ace. Figueroa, too much pace on that serve. Past the Rio Hondo back row. Lyford with the lead. Figueroa to serve again. Rio Hondo puts it over. Lyford sets it off the net, put in the back corner. Played by Rio Hondo. Each team working on this rally, looking for the points. That's in the net, point, Rio Hondo. Tie game, Rio Hondo back on the attack. Ball's over, played by the Lady Bobcats. From the back row, Kelsey Pizarro put that out of bounds. Point Lyford. Substitution in the game for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Kayleen May will check in the game, replacing Carla Medina. That's out of bounds. Back to a tie game. Neither team can run away from the other here in game one. Served by Chastity Villarreal. Lyford there to return that serve on the second hit. Over it goes. Rio Hondo on the attack. Big swing at the net. Blocked, and then a point to Lyford. In the net, Rio Hondo. Taylor Gomez was set, but Lyford was there at the net to challenge that. Kayleen May. 11-10 game. Substitute checks in. Jerica Rojas in the game for Lyford. Back to the service line, Sarah Martinez. Second rotation back. Serves it up off the back row. Rio Hondo will get that over. Pass by Medina, but then the whistle blows and a point to Lyford. Lady Bulldogs up a couple here in game one. Line drive serve down the line, played by Rio Hondo, right over on the Lyford side, and that's good for a Lady Bobcat point. 1 point game, 12-11. Back of the line, Amber Gonzalez puts this serve over. Lady Bulldogs will get it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. At the net, punched over the block, easily covered this time by the Lady Bulldogs. Second hit right back at the Rio Hondo side. Lyford again tries the tip. Nothing there. Rio Hondo tips that over the blockers. Lyford's defense there to cover each hit thus far here in this game. Ball at the net. That's a block and a point to Rio Hondo as Taylor Gomez extends for the point. Ties us up at 12 apiece. Amber Gonzalez to serve again for the Lady Bobcats. Deep serve right down the middle. Played by Carla Medina. Second hit over again by the Lady Bulldogs of Lyford. Big swing. Nice dig on the back row by Carla Medina. Back on the Rio Hondo side. Another set, this time across the net. That's out of bounds. Point Lyford. Nice defense by the Lady Bulldogs. Serve is a good one over on the Rio Hondo side. Lady Bobcats quickly set it up middle of the net. That spike goes too strong, out of bounds. Lyford up 2. Cassie Frias to serve again. That's Julissa Montoya. Rio Hondo will get it over. Medina to play it forward. Set by Figueroa. Big swing, down and out of bounds it goes. Looked like that might have been tipped. Jerica Rojas with plenty of pace on that hit. Rio Hondo awarded the point. 1 point lead again. Lady Bobcats, Amber Gonzalez serves that deep off the back row. Another service error. Allows Lyford to extend back to a 2-point lead. Timeout on the floor. Game 1 continues after this from Lyford on RioSportsLive.com. Looking to add that special look to your home? Then stop by Nip and Tuck Draperies in downtown Harlingen. With a wide assortment of draperies, blinds, bedspreads, and more, they specialize in creating exactly what you want. Quilting done right in the shop, in the workroom. Open Monday through Friday, or call today for free estimates at 956-428-4331. Visit us on Facebook or stop by 214 East Jackson. It's Nip and Tuck Draperies as you shop downtown Harlingen. Back here on RioSportsLive.com, and after the timeout, Rio Hondo back on the floor. Lyford breaks out of the huddle. Each point thus far has been heavily contested here by either team. That's out of bounds. Point Lyford. Lyford again, this time a point for Rio Hondo as Kelsey Pizarro finds a spot. Two-point game. Back to serve is Taylor Gomez. That's an ace for Taylor Gomez, and Rio Hondo cuts the lead to 1. Gomez to serve again, now looking for the tie. This time the Lady Bulldogs with a better return to serve. Rojas puts that over. Rio Hondo with a high set by Amber Gonzalez. That's a big swing off the net, down point Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats tie it up. That's in the net, point Lyford. Game's to 25 here, win by 2. 3 out of 5 in the best of 5 series on this setup. Bulldogs will serve that across. That's an ace. Served up by Hannah Garza. Lyford up a couple. Garza to serve again. Lady Bobcats on a return of serve. Back row set for Taylor Gomez. That's out of bounds. Three-point lead for Lyford, and that's another ace. Back corner, good play by Amber Gonzalez. Lyford, and that's a point for Rio Hondo as Lyford couldn't move up off the back row in time. Chastity Villarreal with a well-placed hit. 3-point lead. Want to send a shout out to Billy Watson watching over in Lubbock, Texas. Back at school. Harley Aguilar serves that over. Lyford off the net. Big swing by Sarah Martinez. Punched in the air by Taylor Gomez. Rio Hondo gets it back over, but a cross-court hit. Goes angled out of bounds. Lyford gets the point. Lady Bulldogs up 4 here in game 1. Substitute in the game. Front row, Cassie Frias. Back to serve, Eliana Figueroa. That ball's over the net. Challenge there. Won by Lyford. Ball still alive, though. Rio Hondo, a good job covering that. Ball back at the net. A high set by Frias over on the Rio Hondo side. Rio Hondo sets it up in the net. Kelsey Pizarro. It was a good set. Pizarro couldn't get it across. Lyford up 5. Line drive serve. Return by Gomez. Set by Gonzalez. Hit over by Pizarro, and that's a point. Good return of serve and the point for Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats will serve it up. Pizarro back to serve. Ball over the net. Back on the Lyford side. One-handed over. Rio Hondo there to play that. Back row set for Gomez. That's in for a point. Gomez with the right angle. Cuts it to a 3-point game. Pizarro will serve again. With pace, played by Lyford. Ball over on the second hit. Set up at the line, Gonzalez. Before that, a whistle blows. Point Lyford. So they'll call a lift against Rio Hondo. Lyford now a couple of points away from securing game 1. Back to serve, Haley Rodriguez. Her serve is across. Played by the Lady Bobcats of Rio Hondo. Big swing, and that's across, and that's a point for Chastity Villarreal. Villarreal found the angle. That ball goes out of bounds. That's a point to Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats cut it to 2. Pizarro continues to check that. This is Villarreal with a strong trip to the service line. Big set this time. That's down and in for Lyford. Kayleen May, unchallenged, puts it in. Lyford now 1 away from securing the win. Serving, Sarah Martinez. Played by the Lady Bobcats. Set up Gomez off the block, and that's a point for Rio Hondo. Officials award the point to Lyford. They'll call Rio Hondo in the net. Game over. Game 1 belongs to Lyford. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close. Of wanting to to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
To ending polio.
All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Xavier. This is Sarge, and we're the owners of King Cuts Barbershop, and this is the King Cuts crew. Welcome to King Cuts. We specialize in all kinds of men's cuts and hair designs. Keep yourself groomed. We'll take care of the rest. King Cuts, where fresh cuts are served daily.
Looking for a great place for a meal to start your day or a lunch plate that will be made just for you? Then stop by 210 West Jackson Street in Harlingen and enjoy El Sombrero Restaurant. Great food prepared 7 days a week and delivered with a smile. El Sombrero brings the taste of authentic food in an atmosphere that is sure to bring you back for more. El Sombrero Restaurant, 210 West Jackson Street, is a must-stop when you shop downtown Harlingen. Back here on RioSportsLive.com, we get set for game 2. Lyford over there talking things over. Meanwhile, Rio Hondo talks it over as well. We got about a minute before the first serve of game number 2. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com. Southern Beauty Spa and Salon is a perfect stop when looking for a full-service salon. Located in downtown Harlingen at 207 West Jackson Street, Southern Beauty offers full body waxing, spray tans, makeup, massage, and more. Specializing in hair care and offering haircuts, highlights as well. Need nails done? Southern Beauty Spa and Salon is ready for manicures, pedicures, shellac, and solar. A Brazilian blowout certified salon is Southern Beauty Spa and Salon, downtown Harlingen, Texas. Fans, if you're looking for that special something that has anything to do with your favorite teams, then Sports Fans on 111 East Jackson in Harlingen is the stop to make. Fully licensed pro and college team collectibles and an assortment that grows each and every day. Check out the Facebook updates at Sports Fans. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 6, and Saturdays, 10 to 5 at 111 East Jackson, or call ahead at 956-425-7600. It's Sports Fans when you shop downtown Harlingen. Back here on RioSportsLive.com, and hey, we are live on Facebook in one way or another. We're live here, and you can see now as I go to YouTube, you can see that we're live on our YouTube. We're also live on our website, and we're live with coverage of this, which is Rio Hondo taking on Lyford. So join us on YouTube, join us on our website. Again, we have live coverage coming your way. 1-0. Lyford leads. I got to get to work. Rio Hondo trying to come back and win game 2. Hope you enjoy the broadcast, whether it's on our website, whether it's on our YouTube, or if we have it on Facebook, which occasionally we still do. But right now, back to action. 1-0 game with Rio Hondo on top. Rio Hondo now on a return of serve. Will get the ball across, played by Lyford. And the Lady Bulldogs will put it back on the Rio Hondo side of things. Ball over, played. Most of the points were a result of a long rally. Neither team went with just the traditional return of serve, quick set, and there's a nice, well-placed ball and a point for the Lady Bulldogs. May with a return. Ties the game at 1 apiece. Back to serve is Sarah Martinez. Martinez serves that across. Played by Rio Hondo. Set up and the whistle blows before the hit. Point to Lyford. Back to serve again, Sarah Martinez. Rio Hondo there on the second hit. Ball, that's a lift. Point to Lyford. Lady Bulldogs up 3-1. Martinez to serve again. Just over the net for another point. Sarah Martinez gets the ace. 4-1 game. Martinez will serve again. Rio Hondo can't return that one. Another ace. Sarah Martinez having a great run of serve. Meanwhile, timeout called. Actually, just a substitution. As Rio Hondo will bring in Kelsey Pizarro. Back row center to see if they can try to return these serves of Sarah Martinez, get her off the service line. Meanwhile, right at Pizarro. First hit over. Lyford spikes it down the line. Point, Lady Bulldogs. Perfect placement. Jessica Rojas. Jericho Rojas. Lyford on the attack again. Set it up to Rojas. That's over. Played by Rio Hondo, keeping it alive. Down 6-1 here in game 2. Big swing this time. That's out of bounds. Looking for the back row, nothing doing. Our thanks to, again, the Lyford School District for assisting us here in our broadcast. Also want to thank some of the other schools we've been visiting with this week, getting set for football action and additional broadcasts such as at Sherryland, where both Pioneer and the Sherryland Rattlers will be included in our broadcast of football games. And on Friday and Saturday, we'll be out there for their volleyball tournament. We'll be visiting with them again tomorrow. We're making our trip across the Rio Grande Valley. One destination will be Roma. Talk things over in the land of the Gladiators. Big hit down and in for Rio Hondo. Amber Gonzalez on the finish. That's in the net. Point to Lyford. Bulldogs up 7-4. Back to serve, Cassie Frias. Frias will serve this across. Right down the middle, picked up by Julie Del Bosque. Off the net, Pizarro punches that over. Lyford on the return from the back row. Big swing, and that is just out of bounds. Sarah Martinez just misses the mark. 2-point lead for Lyford. Rio Hondo will serve it up. Before that, the official calls over Taylor Gomez. Gomez has to return to the official. And now we're ready to go. Gomez to serve. Out of bounds it goes. Oftentimes you'll see if a server gets taken out of a rhythm, that result is not uncommon. A couple of visits that time to the official before Gomez was allowed to serve. Lyford on the serve. Rio Hondo on the return. Set it up at the net. Punched over, but out of bounds it goes. Chastity Villarreal tried to push that across. Timeout call. Lyford back up by 4. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Back here and after the timeout, Rio Hondo already back on the court. Meanwhile, Lyford back to the service line, returns Kayleen May. May gets that over. Rio Hondo from the back row on the second hit. Opportunity knocks, but then the point scores as that one comes just over the front row in front of May for the point for Rio Hondo. 3-point game. Lady Bobcats will serve. Chastity Villarreal gets that over. Played by Lyford to the back row. Two-handed over. Rio Hondo right near the net. Two-handed over on the second hit. Lyford on the attack. Back on the Rio Hondo side. Lady Bobcats set it up. Pizarro backpedaling. Puts it cross-angled. Played by the Lady Bulldogs. Big swing that time by Jerica Rojas. Point Lyford. Four-point game. Well, Rojas to serve. Bobcats will put that over on the Lyford side, quickly on the attack. Off the net this time. Martinez puts that over. Quick set, nothing doing. Pizarro couldn't control that. Lyford back up 5. They took game 1. Substitution off the bench for Rio Hondo. Cassidy Villarreal checks in the game. Back to serve for Lyford is Jerica Rojas. Deep serve, that's out of bounds. Kelsey Pizarro to serve. Down the line, but out of bounds. Lyford up 5. Serve across, short, played by Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats will get that over. Lyford will set it up. Just over the net, played by Rio Hondo. Long rally here on this one. Back row play. Nice job by Lyford to keep that ball alive. Lady Bulldogs put it over. Picked up by Gomez. Over it comes. Lady Bulldogs with a quick hit on the second attempt. Back and forth it goes. Another long rally. Rio Hondo set it up off the net. Two-handed over. Back row play again by Carla Medina. Right on the money is the libero for Lyford. Ball at the net, whistle blows. Point Lyford. Long rally. Lady Bulldogs get the point. They're up 6 as Eliana Figueroa serves again. Had an ace in the first game. Scored a couple of points on rotating back through the service line. Gets a point here. 7-point lead as the Lady Bulldogs have doubled up the Lady Bobcats here in game 2. Figueroa serves again. Up near the net, punched over. Lyford on the attack. Set it up. Big swing coming by Martinez. Nice pickup by Arias Aceda. Ball back over on the Lyford side. Again, they'll set it up. This time, middle of the net. Big swing by Haley Rodriguez. Played on the Rio Hondo side, but in the net it goes. Point Lyford. That's an ace. Lyford up 9 here in game 2. Substitution off the bench for Rio Hondo. Here comes Julie Del Bosque in. Sets up, back left side on the back row. Serve right in her direction. A good pass. Set it up at the net, though. Too close and nothing doing. Lyford scores again. Lady Bulldogs up double digits here in game 2. After taking game 1. Ileana Figueroa, another good serve from the back corner, played by Gonzalez. Ball still on the back row. Over on the Lyford side, back up near the net, punched over. Rio Hondo on the attack. Across, Medina there once again. Rio Hondo sets it up again, up near the net, punched over the block, covered by Frias. Big hit. Rio Hondo there to cover that. Second hit, now the third hit gets over. Lyford on the attack from the middle, big swing. And a point for the Lady Bulldogs on a hit by Haley Rodriguez. 11-point lead. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com. Stop it right there. Thanks again to VTX1 for being one of our advertisers here, and we'll be opening the doors to the studio of VTX1 as early as tomorrow. We may have the keys, and then we'll begin the production of live studio productions here on RioSportsLive.com as we gear up for football season, which is just around the corner. And we continue to push through volleyball season, heading into some critical district play. Eventual playoff action on the volleyball side. There's an ace after the timeout. And Eliana Figueroa picks up where she left off. Figueroa to serve again. Down the middle, another ace. Figueroa and the Lady Bulldogs have pulled out another gear here in game 2. Now up 13 off the bench for Rio Hondo. Leslie Adame checks in. Center back row. Meanwhile, Figueroa serves again right in her direction. Pass forward. Rio Hondo will get this over, but out of bounds it goes. Another point to Lyford. And this off the serving by Eliana Figueroa. Figueroa to serve again. Just across the net. Rio Hondo will get that over. It's in, played by Lyford. Quick set off the net. Martinez looks for the back row. That's in, point. 23, check that, 22-7. Lyford with the lead. Figueroa to serve again. Lady Bobcats with the pass, get it up near the net. Big swing, but out of bounds it goes. Big swing that time by Savannah Gonzalez. Figueroa continues to serve away. Right down central, we're all back at you. And back it goes, point Rio Hondo. Carla Medina picked it up off the back row. Point Lyford, they're a point away from winning game 2. Figueroa puts it across. Across the net, played by the Lady Bulldogs. Chance for the win, and the net it goes. Point Rio Hondo, and that ends a long string of points scored off the serves of Eliana Figueroa. Taylor Gomez checks in the game, rotates front row, left side. Back to the service line, Chastity Villarreal. Lyford looking for the win at the net, punched over, back corner, played by Rio Hondo. At the net, big swing, down and in. Thunderous hit that time by Taylor Gomez. Rio Hondo to serve again. Another strong serve played by the Lady Bulldogs. Ball across, Rio Hondo gets it to the net from the middle. Good pick again by Medina. Rio Hondo on the attack again. Ball at the net, challenge, won there by the Lady Bobcats. Figueroa showed a little strength on that play. Long hill to climb here for Rio Hondo as Villarreal serves again. Medina with a nice pass. Ball over on the Rio Hondo side. Set it up. Put over, right back on the Rio Hondo side it goes. Lady Bobcats this time set up Figueroa again. Good pick on the back row by Lyford. Then a point awarded as a lift is called against the Lady Bulldogs. Rio Hondo, a little momentum here. Chastity Villarreal to serve again. Deep serve, that is out of bounds. Lyford wins game 2, 25-11. Back after this with game 3 on RioSportsLive.com.
I opened Alex Ron with the intention to give people in Brownsville and those who visit us a very unique experience in the area of retail. We saw the need to give people a personal experience that only a boutique could provide. Here in Alex and Raw, what we work for is searching for different pieces, textures we bring from India, from Mexico, trying to make this a different experience. The people to find treasures here in their own valley. It's a pleasure to welcome everybody and making them a part of our family. We invite you to discover Brownsville. You can't miss it.
RioSportsLive.com. Joe Bowling with you. My wife Dahlia at the helm on the camera tonight. Just the two of us here in Lyford. It's not so far away from the house. We can make this run. We were at the store some of the day, working with some schools again throughout the day. Thanks again to Sherryland and Coach Adami and Coach Thompson for working with me on getting things set up for not just the volleyball tournament this week, but football season and other sports for the rest of the year. Say we're dealing with getting the right people in line for me to speak with regarding internet accessibility and the approvals to broadcast the games. Been visiting with schools all week long and making logging in a lot of miles. Go back to a commercial I saw a few years ago in which they went away from the emails and the text messages and the faxes and went back to face-to-face meet and greet, discuss, and work things out. That's what we've been doing here, trying to gear up for the rest of this year. Not just football, but volleyball, the upcoming basketball season, soccer season, softball, baseball. And I say that because it's going to happen that quick. It's what happened to us now. I still believe just about 2 weeks ago, we wrapped up with softball and baseball coverage on the playoff sides. Now here we are back doing volleyball and football. It's a week from this Thursday. Game 3 is right after this. This is RioSportsLive.com.
Assortment of shops that cater to a collector's dreams. Add Grasshopper for a must-see when you're strolling down Jackson Street. At 221 East Jackson, Grasshopper has a little bit of everything from vintage antiques to specialty collectibles. Displayed with the hands of experience in the business for years. Take the time to enjoy what this store has to offer. Grasshopper, 221 East Jackson Street, as you shop downtown Harlingen.
Back here on RioSportsLive.com, standing there ready to serve is Sarah Martinez for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. And as Martinez serves it up, We'll start game 3 with Lyford having a chance to sweep this in 3. Good serve across, played by Rio Hondo. They'll set it up for Taylor Gomez. Swings away, puts it away. Point 1, Rio Hondo here in game 3. Lady Bobcats will serve. Amber Gonzalez to serve this. It's a cross played by the Lady Bulldogs. Good pass and a high set at the net. Punched over by May, covered by Rio Hondo. And then another point to the Lady Bobcats as Taylor Gomez finds a wide open middle. 2-0 Rio Hondo. Amber Gonzalez to serve again. High arcing serve this time. Played by Medina. Second hit over. Played on the Rio Hondo side and out of bounds it goes. Lyford to serve. And that's Cassie Frias back at the service line. Frias puts it in play. Rio Hondo off the middle of the net. Played over. Medina with a good pass. Back set this time. Frias puts that on the back row. Point Lyford, we're tied. Well placed hit by Cassie Frias on that second hit. Frias to serve again. Played by Rio Hondo. It'll come over. Lyford with a chance. Back set this time. And before the hit, whistle blows. Point awarded. They'll call a lift against Lyford. They were going for the back set to Sarah Martinez. Nothing doing as the official blew it dead. Savannah Gonzalez serves. And that's an ace. So unlike game 2 in which Rio Hondo trailed early, a little momentum for the Lady Bobcats out of the gate here in game 3. That's another ace. Served up by Savannah Gonzalez. Gonzalez to serve again. Out of bounds it goes. Off the service error, Lyford will allow a substitution in the game. Here comes Haley Rodriguez to the front row. Rotating back to serve is Carla Medina. Short serve. Nice pick that time by Julie Del Bosque. And a big swing and a kill for Rio Hondo. Taylor Gomez again. Gomez rotates back to serve. Medina there to play that. Ball up in the air. Over it goes by Jerica Rojas. Rio Hondo set it up. Pizarro swings away. Played by the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. Back row, that's hit over by Martinez. Rio Hondo now suddenly finding a little momentum on these sets. Having a much more aggressive approach at the net. Lyford, that's in the net. Point Rio Hondo. Could sense a little different approach here to this game completely for Rio Hondo. Gomez to serve. That's in the net. Point Lyford. Hannah Garza will check in the game. She'll serve, replacing Jericho Rojas. Garza gets it across, deep serve. Gomez with a pass, but nothing doing. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs to serve it up again. Hannah Garza. Played over on the Rio Hondo side. Set up via Real. Swings away on the angle. Diving played that time by Garza. Garza then puts it over on the third hit. Rio Hondo attacks again. Set it up. Pizarro. In the net, point Lyford. One-point game. Lady Bulldogs to serve it up again. Deep serve. Pass by Gonzalez. Back set this time to Gomez. Gets that over. Good coverage there by Jalissa Montoya. Ball over by Lyford. Here comes Rio Hondo on the attack again. Middle of the net, big swing, out of bounds it goes. Chastity Villarreal with the approach. Tie ball game at 7 apiece. Rio Hondo's lead is gone. They'll talk it over. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
A&B's Cafe is just the right spot for your lunchtime or early morning cravings, as they have a terrific menu and environment that make you feel right at home. Be sure to check out the soups and sandwiches of the day. You have to try one of the specialty coffee or cappuccinos with an assortment of flavors that's sure to meet your heart's desire. J&B Cafe also offers small catering jobs and private parties. Open daily, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. in downtown Harlingen at 204 East Jackson Street. Call ahead at 956-425-5282 or stop by. It's J&B Cafe when shopping downtown Harlingen.
Rio Hondo called that timeout. A long rally after that, a service, and another point awarded to Lyford. They now lead for the first time here in this game. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Second hit over is a good one. Ties us up. This is the elimination game here. Rio Hondo, after dropping the first two. Officials talking it over. Rio Hondo to serve it up. That's out of bounds. Tie game. Serve across by Lyford, a good one, played by Rio Hondo. Cross to Pizarro. Puts it across on an angle, played by Sarah Martinez. Off the back row, played forward, Rio Hondo right back at you on the attack. Swing across is out of bounds. Point Lyford, they're up 10-9. That's an ace served up by the Lady Bulldogs. Eliana Figueroa, who was instrumental in the Game 2 victory, at the service line. Rio Hondo took a long time to get her off that line. Good serve this time, played by the Lady Bobcats. Set up Pizarro, tips it over the block. Good coverage that time by Frias. Ball up in the net, and that's going to be a point, Rio Hondo. (11-10) game. Rio Hondo serves it again, just across. That's an ace. Tie game as Rio Hondo knots it up at 11. Pizarro will serve again. Just across the net, another ace. Rio Hondo. They took the lead early here in Game 3. Gave it up briefly, but now back in control with Pizarro serving away. Deep serve, though, goes out of bounds. Lyford will substitute in. Kayleen May back to the front row. Back to serve is Haley Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets it over. Rio Hondo there to play it. Tipped over, blocked back by May, but out of bounds it goes. The right idea by Kayleen May. Just couldn't direct it to stay in bounds. Chastity Villarreal to serve for the Lady Bobcats. Lyford there to play that. Set it up, a big swing. Put across by Martinez, played right back at you. Gonzalez puts that back on the Lyford side. Ball up near the net, two-handed over, and a nice point for Lyford. Sarah Martinez with the right tip. Ties us up as Martinez rotates back to serve. Meanwhile, back in the game, Jericho Rojas. Rojas to the front row for Lyford. Serve, looking for the lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bobcats trying to maintain control of that lead. Lyford on the attack, a high set. Back corner, that's out of bounds. Point Rio Hondo. Back to serve, Amber Gonzalez. High serve this time, played by Lyford off the back row. Rojas tips that in the net. Rio Hondo up a couple. Amber Gonzalez to serve again. Lyford on the return with a back set this time. Covered by the Rio Hondo defense. Ball over, but out of bounds. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs substitute a couple players in the game. To the front row, Eliana Figueroa. Back to serve is Julissa Montoya. Montoya will serve for the tie. Rio Hondo on the attack, set it up high for Gomez, pounds it away, point Rio Hondo. Perfect set, and Taylor Gomez didn't miss the swing. 2-point lead. Gonzalez to serve for the Lady Bobcats. Rio Hondo will set it on a back set. Big swing from the back row. Oh, just out of bounds. Sarah Martinez had the right idea. 3-point lead for Rio Hondo. Timeout. Lyford. Back after this on RioSportsLive.com.
Looking for a special style and a perfect outfit for any day, any place? Then walk through the doors at Quell Boutique and see a variety that takes you back in time right into the best of today. 112 East Jackson Street is home to a unique store loaded with an assortment of just about anything you can imagine. Clothes, accessories, and service with a smile. Quell Boutique and shop downtown Harlingen.
After a timeout, Lyford over there talking things over. Rio Hondo already back on the court. They're ready to roll. Lyford, meanwhile, who won the first two games here on their home court, find themselves down 3 here in game 3. Still plenty of time in this game for them to turn this around. It's not like Rio Hondo's run away, but Rio Hondo has controlled, for the most part, the lead in this game throughout. Deep serve, ace. 4-point lead for Rio Hondo. Gonzalez to serve again. Savannah Gonzalez. Lyford will try to set something up from the back row. Gets over the net. Played by Rio Hondo. Back over on the Lyford side. They'll get it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. This time a back set. Pizarro puts it over. Lyford there to play that. May Puts it back on the Rio Hondo side. Set it up to Gomez. May there to block it. Ball challenge. May and Gomez going right at it. Ball still alive. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs get the point. Serve across by Medina. Ball up into the net. Point Lyford. Maybe that challenge won by Kayleen May will vault Lyford back to life. Medina with a good serve. Chance here for the Lyford Lady Bulldogs. A high set on the back row. That's a lift. Rio Hondo. I've said it in our broadcast early on. So often the race to 20 dictates the eventual winner. We'll see what happens here if Taylor Gomez can notch a point, and she will with an ace. Carla Medina was caught backpedaling, looking down at the line at the same time. Point to Rio Hondo. They win the race to 20. Gomez serves it up. Ball up near the net. Point Rio Hondo. Taylor Gomez to serve again. This time a better return of serve by Lyford. Sets it off the back row. Ball tipped in the net. Another point, Rio Hondo. Another timeout called by Lyford. Trying to regroup. Back after this on Real Sports Live. Needing tires, my friends? Then race over to Lombardi Tires and take advantage of great deals, including tires beginning as low as $20. That's right, tires as low as $20 right now at Lombardi's Tire, located 300 US 281 Brownsville, Texas. Lombardi Tires. Yes, I said $20 tire.
For the hottest deals, go to Mi Casa Furniture.
Save at Mi Casa Furniture.
7533 Boca Chica, Brownsville.
The Harlingen Downtown District has a bit of everything, my friends, and here's an invitation for you to visit and experience a friendly environment with a taste of local business and a variety of shopping, dining, and entertainment throughout the year. Vintage shops loaded with collectibles from the past, dining that caters to all, boutiques, quilting, salons, live entertainment, and don't forget about market days on the first Saturday of each month on Jackson Street and Art Night the last Friday of the month. It's the Harlingen Downtown District, and the invitation is for you. Shop Downtown Harlingen today.
Back here, Lyford after a timeout gets a point. Now off the serve, looking to score again. Set it up to Sarah Martinez. Good play on the back row by Taylor Gomez. Ball back there. Gomez again covers it for Rio Hondo. Set up Pizarro off the net, gets it past the block. Played by Lyford, second hit over. This time Rio Hondo in a better position to set something up from the back row, Gomez. Lyford there, Medina to cover that. Ball back on the back row, Medina puts it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Second hit over, and it's in for a point. Cassidy Villarreal back to the net, gets the point. Rio Hondo up 6. More urgency that time by Lyford after the timeout. But this game 3 has belonged to Rio Hondo. So Seda puts it over. Lyford off the net. Eased over, played by Rio Hondo. Ball at the net over on the Lyford side. Back row attempt. Gomez there to cover that. Pizarro puts it over on the second hit. Lyford from the back row. Medina there. Right in the direction of Gomez again. At the net. Ball over the block. Second hit over. Right back at you on the Rio Hondo side. Pizarro in the net it goes. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs down 5. Back to serve is Figueroa. Back to the front row, Cassie Frias. Figueroa's first serve. Return by Sauceda. Second hit goes awry, out of bounds. Point Lyford. We've seen Ileana Figueroa take over at the service line here tonight. Good serve on this one. Better return a serve by Rio Hondo. Pizarro. Big hit that time. Medina returns it. Rio Hondo on the attack again. Try to set up Pizarro. In the net it goes. Point Lyford. Got to give credit that time to the Lyford back row for handling that big hit by Kelsey Pizarro. Lady Bulldogs to serve it up. Two-handed up in the air. On the second hit, over. Medina there to cover it. Ball punched in the net. Point, Rio Hondo. And now the Lady Bobcats in that position where Rio Hondo has to play perfect volleyball for 4 points. That's just to tie it up. Kelsey Pizarro back to serve, trying for the win. Gets it across. Lyford up near the net, ball over. Rio Hondo, this could be for the win in game 3. Tipped over the block, this time played by Lyford. Second hit over. Lady Bobcats set it back row to Gomez. Swings away, point, Rio Hondo wins game 3. 25-20 your score. Back with game 4 after this on RioSportsLive.com.
Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles is your source for vintage, antique collectibles, vinyl records, and more. Located at 206 East Jackson in historic downtown Harlingen, it's Forever Memories, Antiques, and Collectibles. It's a step back in time with a soundtrack like none other. Open Monday through Saturday, filled with memories and more. Forever Memories is for you.
A-Plus Uniforms has just what you need for a professional look with quality and a personal touch that will take care of what you need. A uniform is a tool of many professionals, and at A-Plus they have the variety of choices to set you in motion today. All at an affordable cost and a convenience of a local business. 109 North 3rd Street is A-Plus Uniforms when you shop downtown Harlingen.
Less conversation, a little more action, please. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more fight, a little less fun. A little less fight, a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart and baby satisfy me. Satisfy me, baby.
Life is good when you're in a custom home built by Camino Real Builders. Luxury living done right. Beautiful, spacious floor plans and unique touches you won't find anywhere else. Visit our website to see our model homes or bring your own ideas. Let us build your dream home.
Back here and welcome to game 4 here at Lyford, Texas, as Rio Hondo battles back to win game 3. Lady Bobcats will serve it up and away we go. Best 3 out of 5 in the series. Rio Hondo found another gear in that game 3 to come out with the win. Lyford now on the attack, looking for the first point here in this game. Bobcats back on the attack. Gomez tips it over the block. Covered by Frias. Back on the Rio Hondo side. Lyford back with the ball on the offensive end. Hit across, nice play on the back row by the libero, Julie Lebosque. That's a block right back at you. Kayleen May blocks the hit. Lyford scores the first point here in game 4. Back to service, Sarah Martinez. Ball up near the net, dug out, but nothing doing. Point Lyford. In game 2, Lyford just literally ran out and ran away for the win. It was game 3 that Rio Hondo controlled the lead. Lyford to serve, Sarah Martinez. Played by Rio Hondo. High set, Figueroa. Out of bounds on that hit. Big swing that time by Jerica Rojas, looking for the big money kill. Nothing doing. Rio Hondo with the point. Back to serve for the Lady Bobcats is Amber Gonzalez. Cross set, Jerica Rojas puts it over, played by Rio Hondo. That's a lift. Point to Lyford. Lady Bulldogs up, Cassie Frias to serve. Again, back row play by Del Bosque, but a point for Lyford. Del Bosque back there doing a nice job on the return of serves. Frias will serve again. Del Bosque, a better pass this time in the direction of Amber Gonzalez, sets it up. Back row played by Lyford, but over on the Rio Hondo side with a center set. Gomez swings away, back corner, out of bounds it goes. Gomez look for the back left corner. Point to Lyford, Frias to serve. Down the line, out of bounds. There was an open corner back there. She had the right idea. Just a little wide. Taylor Gomez to serve for Rio Hondo. Gomez. That's an ace. Right in front of Carla Medina. Gomez cuts it to a 2-point Lyford lead. Serves again for Rio Hondo. Return a serve up near the net, punched over. Ball right back on the Lyford side. They'll get it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Out of bounds it goes. Pizarro too strong on the hit. Lyford back up 3. Kayleen May back to serve. Takes a little off of this one. Rio Hondo sets it up off the net. Big swing and a kill recorded by Chastity Villarreal. Villarreal had a good angle from which to approach that. Got the point. On the return of serve, ball over. That's going to be a point to Lyford. Rio Hondo called near or in the net. Making it a 7-4 game. Back to serve for Lyford. Hannah Garza. Garza with a short serve. That's an ace. 8-4 Lady Bulldogs. Timeout on the court. Rio Hondo still scrambling, trying to stay in this match. Trail game 4 by 4. Back after this.
For great food, shopping, fitness, and fun. Welcome to Coletti's. Take a break for a quick lunch with handmade burgers, pastas, salads, sandwiches, and pizza. After a long day, have dinner with us where we have over 20 new menu items. Join us for Margarita Fridays and live music Fridays and Saturdays on the patio. Make any day memorable at Coletti's. Visit colettis.net. Downtown Harlingen. It's where you belong.
Flowers by Jessie on 208 East Jackson in Harlingen has fresh flowers daily and can range for you for any occasion. Recitals, quinceañeras, bridal showers, sympathy, and fresh flower arrangements. Let Flowers by Jessie handle those special needs or day. Call 956-425-2100. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12. Brighten someone's day with Flowers by Jessie, downtown Harlingen, Texas.
Back here on RioSportsLive.com. Lyford puts the ball over. Rio Hondo, after scoring a point, within 3 points, now looking for more. Nice high set. Big swing, back corner. Played by Lyford up near the net. Ball over on the Rio Hondo side. Lady Bobcats set it up again. Big swing this time. In the net it goes. Point Lyford. That's where Rio Hondo seemed to kick it in game 3, was setting up for the big swings. They were productive, so Villarreal trying to carry that over here in game 4, just hit that one in the net. Back row attempt this time. That's Gomez for the kill. Taylor Gomez cuts it back to a 3-point game. Back to serve Chastity Villarreal. That's in the net. Point to Lyford. They're back up 4. Just across the net. Played off the net by Rio Hondo. Ball over on the Lyford side. That's a lift. Point to Lyford. And it all started with a good serve by Carla Medina. Medina to serve again. 5-point game with pace this time. It's served to Kelsey Pizarro. Ball over. Medina there to cover that up near the net. Nothing doing. Frias couldn't dig it out. Point to Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats to serve it up. Amber Gonzalez. Gonzalez puts that over. Played by Rio Hondo. Ball up in the net, punched over. Point awarded to Lyford on the block. Lady Bulldogs back up 5 here in game 4. Sarah Martinez back to serve. Strong serve. Good return by Del Bosque. Ball across, back on the Lyford side. Get it back over on Rio Hondo's side. Set it up high. Gomez off the net. Medina back there to play that. Back row set. Here's Martinez. That's in. Martinez with the kill for the Lady Bulldogs. Serve across by Lyford. Sarah Martinez just off the net. Played by Rio Hondo. Gomez tips it over. May there to cover it. Set it up this time over to Rojas. Puts it over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Back set this time. Down the line. That's out of bounds. Point Lyford. They've doubled up Rio Hondo here in game 4. Sarah Martinez to serve again. Off the back row, played by Rio Hondo. Hit across, played by Lyford. Lady Bulldogs up near the middle of the floor, nothing doing. Miscommunication, 2 players converged. No one took control. Point to the Lady Bobcats. Got here early enough to see the Lyford team practicing out on the football field. Thanks again to Coach Israel Gonzalez for assisting us in the broadcast here of this one. They'll open the season right here at home on August 31st. Their football team will be taking on Santa Rosa. That's an ace for the Lady Bobcats. Little rally here by Rio Hondo. Has them back to within 4. Savannah Gonzalez serves it up. Played by Lyford. Second hit over. Rio Hondo. Chance to build on this momentum. Big swing by Gomez. That was a nice play on the back row by Lyford to keep that ball alive. Set it up this time. Back over on the Lyford side. Back row set. Big swing. Picked up on the back row by Rio Hondo as Savannah Gonzalez was there. That ball's tipped back over on the Lyford side. Set it off the net this time. Punched over off the block and kept alive momentarily, but out of bounds it goes. Lyford gets the point. Lady Bulldogs up 5. Substitute in the game. Back in at the front row is Eliana Figueroa. Back at the service line, Julissa Montoya. Montoya's serve is deep and just out of bounds. Point Rio Hondo. That was close. That serves in the net. Back to a 5-point lead for Lyford. Rotating back to serve is Kayleen May. May puts it across. Big swing by Gomez off the back row. That is in point. Rio Hondo back to within 4. Back row kill by Taylor Gomez. Rio Hondo will substitute again. Aria Sauceda checks in. Aria serves it up. Lyford with a back row set. Two-handed over on the Rio Hondo side. Bobcats back up near the net. Punched over, played by Rio Hondo, or Lyford. Rio Hondo to attack again. Looking for the back row. That's out of bounds. Back to a 5-point game. Right up near the net. Ball over on the Rio Hondo side. Pizarro puts that over. Lyford on the attack. Back row. Two-handed over. Rio Hondo back on the attack. Trailing by 5. Set up Pizarro again. Goes cross court. Good dig by Jericho Rojas. Medina puts it over with pace. Rio Hondo sets up Pizarro again. This one's out of bounds. 6-point lead for Lyford. Rojas rotates back to serve. Just across, and that's an ace. Jericho Rojas with the ace. Rojas to serve again. Short serve this time. Gomez there to play it. Pizarro will put it over. And in the right spot, point Rio Hondo. Kelsey Pizarro gets the point. Pizarro will now rotate back to the service line for Rio Hondo. Line drive serve off the net, ace. 5-point game. Lyford calls a quick timeout. Back after this on Real Sports Live.
Frank's Collection Record Shop has a collection of vinyl records that rivals anyone, anywhere. Located in the back of the Antique Emporium on 123rd East Jackson Street, Frank's Record Shop has been delivering the best sounds from any age or style throughout the years. Records, coins, and more. It's Frank's Record Shop when you shop downtown Harlingen.
Back here, Lady Bulldogs of Lyford had to take a timeout. They break out of the huddle, make their way back on the court. On the front row, Sarah Martinez, Haley Rodriguez, and Eliana Figueroa. After the timeout, see who scores this point. Lyford gets up to that 20 mark again. Momentum swings in their direction. Good job keeping that ball alive by both teams. Then a lift is going to be called against Lyford. Point Rio Hondo. Lady Bobcats. Back to serve, Chastity Villarreal. Meanwhile, they'll check the rotation. Pizarro will serve. Pizarro ready to go. Meanwhile, now the official will check the rotation to make sure everything's set. He is. He's right on top of things. Pizarro serve in the net. Lyford wins the race to 20. Back to serve is Ileana Figueroa. Like your chances if you're Lyford right here. Figueroa, another good serve. She's been on the money with her serves tonight. Rio Hondo looking for the back corner. Punched up in the air by Medina. And a point for Rio Hondo. Savannah Gonzalez the credit with the hit. And that gets Figueroa off the service line. That's a big momentum swing. Rio Hondo, Chastity Villarreal now back to serve. Lyford will set it up. Just past the block, covered by Pizarro. Set up Gomez, tips it over the block, covered by Frias. Ball back over on the Rio Hondo side. Punched over, and another well-placed hit by Savannah Gonzalez. Another point for Rio Hondo. 3-point game. Villarreal to serve again. Medina there to play that. Lyford will get it over. Rio Hondo. Chance here to edge closer. Gomez, a big swing. Nice play on the back row by Lyford to keep this ball alive. A well-challenged point thus far. Medina keeps it alive. High set. Punched over by Martinez. Out of bounds it goes. Point Rio Hondo. Another timeout. That was a contested point. Rio Hondo trails by just 2 back after this.
Than a homemade quilt, and at GOB Quilts on 102 South 3rd Street in Harlingen, they have everything for a quilter's dreams. Fabrics, tools, threads, and everything else needed for the smallest quilts to the most elaborate imagined. GOB Quilts is a unique source, and it's well worth a stop as you shop downtown Harlingen.
At the age of 22, I decided that I wanted to join the military. Once that was finished, I wanted to go and, exercise my mind and get an education.
I wanted to do something positive for my children, to provide for them financially, and I wanted to give back to the community.
My parents were here going to school back when I was a kid, so honestly, it was just a natural choice.
I don't have to leave to a bigger university. I can do it here in my hometown at my community college.
Serve goes in the net, point to Lyford. Now Rio Hondo back on the attack, and Gomez promptly regains the momentum. 2-point game. Rio Hondo trying to force game 5 here in this series. Amber Gonzalez back to the service line. They really can't even afford to trade points here back and forth right now for Rio Hondo. They need to score a couple in a row. Gomez, that's a block. Nice job on the front row by May. Ball alive, set it up. No back corner it goes instead on the second hit. Gomez this time off the net. May blocks it again. Punch back over. May again, right there. Point Lyford. Kayleen May. Lyford up 3. Serve across by the Lady Bulldogs, a good one. Played by Rio Hondo. Set it off the net. Haley Rodriguez, that's in the net. Point Lyford. Timeout called by Rio Hondo. They trail. More importantly, Lyford within 2 of taking this and ending it. Back after this.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? We're having a commercial without me? Come to the Restore and save some money.
We're open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Visit us today.
After the timeout, Rio Hondo already back on the floor. Lyford makes their way out. Back to the service line goes Sarah Martinez, 2 points away from wrapping this up in 4 games. Martinez to serve. Back corner. Played by Del Bosque. High set for Gomez. Tips it past the block. Nice coverage that time by Frias. Ball back over on the Rio Hondo side near the net. Point Lyford. Lady Bulldogs now in control here of this one. Martinez will be serving, looking for the win. Sarah Martinez with pace. Good play by Rio Hondo to keep that alive. Ball back over on the Lyford side. Might have been out right there. Played off the net. Rojas puts it over. Played by Rio Hondo. Ball up near the net. Punched over. Ball still alive. Lyford gets it over. That's out of bounds. Point Rio Hondo. That was dangerously close to in the net on the Rio Hondo side of things. They trail by 4. Serve across. Out of bounds, and Lyford wins it. Lyford wins it in 4, 3-1. Wins this one 25-20. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here on RioSportsLive.com. Again, our thanks to all the schools that assist us in our broadcast of our games. Our next games will be coming your way either Friday and or Saturday for certain over in Sherryland. Volleyball tournament action. Final rotation of tournament play before everyone enters into district play. Here tonight, a non-district matchup. Rio Hondo Lyford. And Lyford, the home team, gets the win. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Reminding you it's available on archive on our website and on our YouTube channel. Those of you who are continuing to watch us looking for Facebook Live on a continuous basis, we've been telling you all along, we'll continue to pass the word along. YouTube and our website, and then eventually onto our channel as we make the transition from year 1 into year 2 here on Rio Sports Live. For my wife Dahlia, for all the advertisers, for the Lyford School District, and for Rio Hondo, I'm Joe Boulding. Rio Hondo falls to Lyford. Until next time, good night, everybody.